Good afternoon from Ozark Christian College in Joplin, Missouri. It's the 2016 ACCA Men's Basketball Tournament. The third place game is all we have left to figure out here, is that and the champion. As you take a look at the updated bracket as we enter this final day, this is the third place game featuring the 4-seed Crossroads Knights and the 2-seed Arlington Baptist Patriots. Hi, everybody. My name's Chris Shima. Glad to be with you here for today's broadcast, as we've been all weekend and week long. Let's get to the starting lineups here as we say goodbye to the bracket. First for the Crossroads Knights, head coach Richard Westerlund in his third season starts this way. At one guard, number 1, Sean Hughes, freshman, 6'4", from Bel Air, Maryland. At another guard, it's number 3, Corey Harris, 6-foot sophomore from Powder Springs, Georgia. And number 11, Steve Horn, a freshman, 6'1", from Council Bluffs, Iowa. Up front for the Knights, number 12, Isaac Bowles, sophomore, 6'7", from Detroit, Michigan. And number 23, Todd James, sophomore, 6 foot, from Atlanta, Georgia. Now the starters for Cliff McDaniel's Arlington Baptist Patriots. At one guard, number 3, Jamie Brasino, 6'2", junior, from Royce City, Texas. At another guard, it's number 10, Cedric Carson, freshman, 6'1", from DeSoto, Texas. And the third guard, number 13, Quentin Moore, sophomore, 5'8", from Fort Worth, Texas. Up front, number 11, Brandon Bonner, sophomore, 6'5", from Fort Worth. And number 22, Kel Wallace, sophomore, 6'4", from Pittsburgh, Texas. These two teams falling in the semifinals. Arlington falling to Dallas. Crossroads losing to Hillsdale. Arlington at 14-13. Crossroads at 16-15. As we start to put a wraps here on this tournament, the Knights in the black, the Patriots are in the white. As we get set to go, it will be Isaac Bowles to tip with Wallace for Arlington. Glad you can be with us wherever you're watching from in the great state of Texas or all the way up there in Minnesota. Land of 1,000 lakes. We always appreciate everybody wherever you're watching from. It's been a fun week and weekend, and starting to wind down now. The final consolation game before we get to the championship games as the Patriots control. And if you're an Arlington fan, you probably already know your Lady Patriots are in that championship game. Here's Bonner from downtown putting Arlington on the board here in the opening seconds. Into the forecourt, Hughes. Sean Hughes, guarded by Brasino in the man-to-man. Now it's James. James gets a screen, dishes it to Horn. Horn dumps it under to Bowles. Bowles too strong off the glass and threw Carson to the ground. So Bowles commits the foul, or correction, that was Legree, Brandon Legree, who gets the start today in place of Todd, in place of Corey Harris. So Legree called for the offensive foul. And now it's Hughes. No, correction, it's a travel by Moore. Crossroads Knights winning in the opening round in a thriller over Rama. Still the game of the tournament was that opening round game between Crossroads and Rama, 93-90. Legree underneath had it deflected out of bounds. Isaac Bowles. Hughes right of the lane. Looking for the cutter, James. Out to Legree. 10 to shoot now for the Knights. James. And the ball deflected, but a foul is called as Moore is going to be called for the reach. So the whistle's coming frequently here in the early going of this third place game as Caleb Brown comes into the game. And Brown, a quick sub for Quentin Moore, who picked up that foul. James, fresh 30 to work with now because of the foul for Crossroads. Todd James from Atlanta Gets a screen. The open look off the front of the rim. Bonner the rebound. Bonner scoops it up and can't get the roll. Brasino tips it back to Bonner. Sky's in the air, no. Tipped by Brasino, no. And finally, Hughes gets the rebound. Hughes 3-on-2. Here's James. And James called for the offensive foul. It'll be the second team foul on Crossroads. 3-0. So far for Arlington. Bonner underneath Wallace, rejected by Bowles. Stays with it though, can't get the bounce. Wallace stripped, and that is no good either from Bonner, but he'll go to the line. Brandon Bonner, good free throw shooter, 81%, already 3 team fouls for Crossroads here. We haven't played 2 minutes yet. Bowles picks up his first. Second one no good. Rebound Carson, can't get the layup, and a cold start for both teams. Hughes scoops it off the glass, no. Ball deflected, Hughes swings it out. Here's Legree, yes, from downtown to tie us up at 3 apiece. Bonner, 16 to shoot. Entry pass deflected, good defense by Bowles to take it away. Horn. That 3, yes. Todd James connects. Crossroads up now 6-3. So 3 3-pointers in this game as Carson tries to answer, can't do it. Rebound to James. Horn. Legree, an air ball. Inbound or rebound controlled by Bonner. Here's Carson, couple of nifty moves. Floater no good. And Arlington hit their first shot. They have missed their last 7 now. Here's Hughes. James open from downtown, yes. 9 straight for Crossroads as they lead it by a score of 9-3, 3.5 minutes into the ball game, this third place game. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you wherever you're watching from. We appreciate it. Arlington staying cold. Bowles gets the rebound. For Crossroads, traveling is the call, as we're going to get a couple of subs now for Arlington. Isaiah Hicks checking in, had a good game against Dallas last night. Brown in the corner. Good look from Bonner off the back of the rim. Into the forecourt, James on the long rebound. James Horn steps to the left. The 3, yes. 4 3-pointers for Crossroads, and they have scored the last 12 unanswered. Hicks turnaround shot, got it to go. That ends 12 straight by Crossroads. James swings it to Horn. Legree up top. Good underneath. Good pass to Bowles. Right on the money as Isaac Bowles lays it up and in. Legree, a good passing big man. Carson. Brasino, it's Swung, deflected back to Bonner. Now Brown driving on the baseline in the lane. Can't get the finger roll, and Bowles with the rebound. Horn again. Not that time. Rebound controlled by Brown. Brown going coast to coast. Right around Bowles. Lays it up and in. The lead is 7 for the Knights now. 14-7. Legree, top of the key, ball deflected. Brasino throws full court to Brown. 3-on-1, dumps it to Hicks, floats it up, no. And a 3-on-1 can't be converted as Horn pulls down the rebound. James. Here's Horn on the left wing. Bounce pass to Legree. Legree, defender fell down, couldn't get the bucket, tipped out of bounds. And they say it's last touch by Crossroads. Kennedy Jones in for the first time for Arlington. Corey Harris out there for the Knights, replacing Legree. Arlington looking for their 15th win to wrap up this tournament. Arlington received an at-large bid to the NCCAA tournament, so their season not done after today. Jones turnaround shot, gets it to rim in. Finally, the rim's starting to look a little friendly for the Patriots. Harris. Here's Horn. Horn doubled up. Tosses it into the corner. Harris, open jumper. Too strong. Tip for the rebound, and it's last touched by Arlington. Into the forecourt, Cedric Carson. Brasino, that ball deflected out of bounds, last touched by Horn. Brown gets it into the corner. In the lane, Jones, turnaround jumper, no, and Bowles skies for the rebound. Here's Hughes. Pass deflected and last touched by Arlington, they say. Arlington scored the first 3 points. Crossroads ran off 12 straight. Since then, 6-2 mini burst. Horn for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Brasino. Bounce pass intended for Jones, and he's bumped. Hi to Matt, who's watching on Twitter. One of the folks we've heard from this weekend. Rooting on the Crossroads Knights, folks. If you want to be a part of the Twitter conversation, feel free to tweet at us using the hashtag ACCA Hoops. Legree checks back in. On for the first time, Charles Baines for Crossroads, as the Knights get a turnover. Harris. Legree. This is Harris from downtown. No, Hughes underneath, had it deflected from him. So we will stay on this end of the court. KJ Haywood coming on for the first time. The junior from Nevada. Underneath, shot no good by James. Here come the Patriots. Brasino on the left. Here's Hicks. Floats it up, no. Tip for the rebound. Legree controls it. Thrown into the forecourt. Stephen Briggs on for the first time as well. So Briggs out on the court with Harris, Legree, Baines, and Haywood. That's the 5 for Crossroads. I'm not going to set the 5 for the Patriots too much because they sub at every whistle just about. Legree turnaround shot off the glass and in. But we'll tell you about their subs at the next opportunity. Here's Carson. Brasino. Hicks for 3. Yes! Scoreboard a little bit off there. Now it's corrected. 16-12, Crossroads. Legree top of the key. Getting in for Haywood. Instead, back out to Harris. Swung into the corner. Baines doubled up. Harris, extra pass. Open look. Briggs can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound, and it bounces to Hicks on the deflection. In the corner, Brasino for 3, missed it long. Hicks, the rebound. Here's Carson underneath Brasino, no good. And we've got a foul, or that's going to be called on Crossroads. Whole bunch of subs in. Eric Wood, Quentin Moore, Brandon Bonner, and Caleb Brown all out there for Arlington. They join Hicks out on the court. So the foul was on Legree, I believe. That's his second, team's 5th. Just 1 for Arlington as we near the midway point of the half. 3 ball by Brown. Bounces up, bounces in. (12-4) run by Arlington as we near the midway point of the first half. Briggs. Here's Harris. Baines on the right wing. Haywood tosses it over to Briggs. 7 to shoot. Harris drives in and traveled with the basketball. Turnover gives the ball back to Arlington. Sean Hughes joins the party as Legree will sit down. That pass is going to be a turnover. Good trapping defense by the Knights that time to force that turnover. It's Cedric Carson coming back in for Quentin Moore now. 3rd place game. 2 championship games left to go here at Ozark, and that'll wrap it up for the day. Harris, that ball is kicked and went into the 10th row. So Harris will inbound it now with 19 to shoot, 9:40 to go here in the opening half. Driving in is Hughes, dishes it out. Open look for Baines, in and out. Put back underneath, no good by Haywood. And the rebound controlled by Brown. Here comes Arlington. Carson. Bonner. Underneath Hicks. Boy, Hicks has had a good tournament. If you're just joining us, Arlington scored the first 3 points, then 12 straight by Crossroads. Since then, a 14-4 run by the Patriots have them leading 17-16. Hughes, top of the key, stepping in the 1. No good from Briggs. And that'll go out of bounds. Couple of subs for the Knights. James, Horn, and Bowles all back out there as they join Harris and James out on the court. I didn't see any subs for the Patriots. Brown to the near side. Here's Wood, bounce pass to Hicks. Hicks got another one. The run now at 16-4. Harris cut off in the corner, threw it away, but Bowles is there. Bowles gets it to Horn. Horn to the bucket is fouled. Just the second on Arlington here with 8:30 left to go in this first half. Patriots fans, don't go anywhere. It's the Lady Patriots in Hillsdale for the third straight time in the championship game. That'll come up at 4 o'clock. Horn. Pull-up jumper. Can't get it back at the rim. Tip for the rebound. Brown chases it down. Brown with a 4-on-3. Lays it off the glass and in. Arlington continuing their run now. 18-4 it grows to. Driving to the bucket is Harris, and he's fouled. So Corey Harris will go to the line as Caleb Brown picks up his first personal. 3 on Arlington, 5 on Crossroads. Corey Harris, 47% free throw shooter on the season. Harris gets the first one to go. 21-17 now. And that ball deflected out of bounds. It was last touched by Crossroads. So a 4-point ball game. Bonner dumps it underneath. Hicks can't get it to go. The ball tipped out of bounds, last touched by Arlington. So here comes Crossroads now. Harris getting instruction from Coach Westerlund as he brings it into the forecourt. Bounce pass for Bowles, knocked away. Bowles able to get it back. Turnaround jumper by James, no good. Skying for the rebound is Bonner. Into the front court, Carson. Corner, Brown. Here's Wood, left wing 3. It's nothing but net. 7-point ball game. Hughes pull up in the lane off the back of the rim, no good. Bonner the rebound. Driving strong to the bucket is Carson, and Arlington goes up by 9. Matching the biggest lead of the game. Crossroads led by 9 at 12-3 in the early going. Hughes on the elbow. Here's Horn. And an offensive foul is called. .56 left to go. That's the 16th foul on Crossroads. So Arlington will be in the bonus on the next defensive set foul. The sophomore from Springtown, Texas, Caleb Brown, into the front court. Said Carson, got it over in the corner to Wood. Bonner fakes the 3, drives in, dishes it out to Carson for 3. Long rebound by Harris for Crossroads. Horn. Bowles. James for 3. No. Tip for the rebound. Horn comes up with it. Bowles at the charity stripe. Yes. Nearing the 6-minute mark here in the third place game. Women's championship coming up after this one. Guys championship at 6 p.m. That ball deflected. Good defense by James. 2-on-1. James is fouled and will go to the line. The foul on Carson, his second, 4th on Arlington. Todd James, 69% free throw shooter, goes to the charity stripe. First one, nothing but net. Jamie Brasino coming in as Carson will sit down on for the first time. Philip Wakama, the senior, as Bonner goes to the bench. Inside 6 minutes to go. 2 out of 2 for James as Legree comes into the ball game for Crossroads. Corey Harris will come out. Brown. Hicks. Hicks with Horn all over him, able to get it to Waccamaw. 10 to shoot now. Waccamaw, Wood dishes it out to Brown. 6 to shoot. Hicks had it deflected, taken away. Bowles the steal. Here's James. Yes, and the foul. So here comes Crossroads on a run. And now a chance for an old school three-point play for Todd James, the sophomore from Atlanta. Went to Atlanta in September, August, something like that, to see a Phillies game, because for some reason I'm a Philadelphia Phillies fan, and they got the biggest sky wheel you'll ever see. I'm not afraid of heights, but I was nervous at the top of that thing. Todd James, the steal, coast to coast, short on it. Horn follows it. And we are tied at 26. So Crossroads has come from 9 down. Wood in the corner. Brasino to Wood. Wood drives in, dishes it to Brown, triggers the 3. Can't get it to go. Legree with the rebound. Horn open. Yes, from downtown. Crossroads retakes the lead, 29-26. Timeout Arlington, 4:34 left to go in the first half. We'll be right back. Fans, copies of this game, all the games during the tournament, available just $5 each. You pay, I give you a link to download the games. You can burn some copies of it, make some DVDs. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you here in Joplin. Out of the timeout, something that coaches really loathe is a turnover, and that's what Arlington does after they call time. Crossroads to steal. Now Hughes lost it in the lane. It's Brown. Brown spins. It's it to Bradford. Yes, and the foul for Lavelle Bradford, who's come on for the first time. A chance to tie it up at 29. Quentin Moore coming into the game for Nige Armstrong. Bradford, 67% at the line during the season. Missed that one. Rebound controlled by Hughes. So Crossroads maintaining a 1-point lead, 29-28. Bowles, top of the key. Over to Hughes, 12 to shoot. Legree gets it back to Bowles. Pull-up jumper off the back of the rim. Rebound controlled by Brown. Driving, Caleb Brown coast to coast. Can't get the roll. Horn with the rebound. And Horn double dribbled. So the ball goes back to Arlington off the turnover. .329 to go in the half. Quentin Moore into the forecourt. Brown for 3. Missed it long. Rebound controlled by Hughes for Crossroads. Hughes got it from James back to James. Legree. Toss to Hughes. Top of the key, James. Got it to Horn. 6 to shoot. Horn doubled up, forced it up. Drew rim somehow, but Hicks with the rebound. Turnover as Bradford lost it. Outlet to James. James unable to get the roll, but the putback there by Hughes. Crossroads back up by 3, 31-28. Moore driving in, kicks it out. Bradford. Here's Wood. Wood hit a 3 earlier. In the corner, open look, Moore. Short on it. Rebound to Legree. Nearing the 2-minute mark here in this first half. Here's James. James from the right wing, off the back of the rim. Rebound to Brown. Outlet goes to Bradford, yes. 1-point game, a close one in the third place game. These two teams meeting for the first time this season. Here's Legree. Bounce pass cross court to James. Bowles had it taken away. Moore turns on the Jets. Moore coast to coast, and he's fouled by Horn. .129 left to go until halftime. 2 shots coming here for Quentin Moore, the sophomore from Fort Worth. 63% free throw shooter. It was the second on Steve Horn. First free throw up and in, even at 31. Corey Harris back out there for Crossroads. And Nige Armstrong as well as Jamie Bersino checking back in for Arlington. Wood sits down. Isaiah Hicks sits down. Both good minutes for those guys for Arlington off the bench. Moore trying to give the Patriots the lead back. And he does. 32-31. Timeout, Crossroads. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. Crossroads basketball out of the timeout. 1:29 left to go in the first half. Chris Sheeman glad to be back with you here in Joplin as Arlington shows a little trap press. Hughes over to Horn in the front court. Bounce pass to Bowles. Bowles looking underneath for Legree, taken away by the Patriots. As Wood comes back in, comes up with the steal, and then throws it a little bit too high for Bersino in the corner. Inbound by Harris. Horn gets it back to him. Horn now in the forecourt. Coming up at 4 o'clock, Arlington and Hillsdale in what should be a thrilling championship game. Wood on the left wing, inside a minute to go. This is Moore from downtown, buries it. 35-31. Horn into the front court. Horn on the right. Bowles. Now Harris. This is Hughes. Swings it out. Quick trigger by Horn, no good. Isaac Bowles flies in with the rebound and bucket. Najee Armstrong. Bonner. Bursino back to Bonner for three. Yes! Correction, that was Quentin Moore, my apologies. A 36% three-point shooter. And at the buzzer, a shot that goes wild as Arlington takes a 5-point lead into the locker rooms. 38-33 in the third place game. You're watching the 2016 ACCA Men's Tournament. We'll take a break, come back, bring you the second half after this. Just about set for the start of the second half here in the third place game for the men. It's Crossroads trailing by 5, 38-33 to Arlington. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. Arlington, 50% from behind the arc, 6 out of 12 shooting from downtown. Crossroads 7 steals has helped keep them in this ball game as they trail by 5. Start things off with the basketball. Leading scorers in the first half, Isaiah Hicks, 9 points for Arlington. Quentin Moore, 8 points, and 7 for Caleb Brown. For Crossroads, one player in double figures, that's Todd James, who has 11 points. 8 points for Steve Horn, and 5 for Brandon Legree. 6 for Isaac Bowles, as Brasino hits a 3 to start things off here in this second half. Top of the key, James shot in and out, ball tipped. Here's Legree, extra possession, scores. All of this is the appetizers for the championship games coming up. Arlington had a sweep of the championships last year. Will it be a Hillsdale sweep this year? Hillsdale women taking on the Lady Patriots at 4, and then Hillsdale men taking on Dallas at 6. I mentioned it during the 7th place men's game this morning as James connects for 3. Hillsdale's men has been the best looking team here in the tournament so far. Brasino. Bonner to Hicks. Hicks has played so well here in the tournament. Might have a bid at all-tournament team as Brasino buries yet another 3 to push the lead back out to 6 now. 44-38, 2 minutes into this final period. Horn, Legree at the free throw stripe. James back to Legree. Nice cut by Bowles, and Legree, another good pass from Legree to give Bowles the opportunity. Brasino. Here's Bonner, corner 3, in and out. Rebound by Brandon Legree. Legree's played well in this tournament as well. Legree over to Hughes, does the little things. Scored a basketball. Horn around the perimeter, can't get it to go. Bonner got the board. Looking to push is Carson. Carson, no, but he's fouled. Said Carson will go to the line, the freshman from DeSoto, Texas, 13.8 points per game during the regular season. Carson's first free throws of the day, 70% free throw shooter. That was the second foul on Todd James, the first foul in the second half for either team. Early subs again for Cliff McDaniel. Eric Wood checking in. Kel Wallace coming out there. And I think it was Bradford. I can't see, as Carson's blocking my view. It is Lavelle Bradford. So 1 out of 2 at the charity stripe, 44-40. Now a turnover. Good defense, and Carson throws it down with the right hand, 46-40. Tip pass by Hughes. Over to Bowles. Horn in the corner, traveled with the basketball. Stephen Horn commits the turnover. Quentin Moore in for said Carson for Arlington. Patriots, the defending champions, won last year over Faith. Completely different men's championship this year, as it'll be Hillsdale and Dallas. A little more parity on the men's side of things in this tournament. For the women, it's been Arlington and Hillsdale for the last 3 consecutive years. Hillsdale won 3 in a row up until last year when Arlington finally knocked them off. Legree, yes, for 2. So the Patriots looking to win back-to-back. Strong move by Bradford. Kicked it out, and it was deflected, last touched by, I think it was the youngster, Stephen Horn. Philip Walkema, the senior, coming in. As I mentioned, Arlington did receive an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament in Iowa. Turnaround shot by Wallace gets it to go. Kel Wallace. 2 more to his total. Wallace, actually his first points of the game, he was held scoreless in the opening half. Here's Bowles wrapped up and fouled. Call on Wakama, who got him on the arm. That's the second on Wakama. Both teams with a team foul now here. It's 4 minutes, 7 seconds into the second half. Here's a 3. No good by James. Extra hustle effort by Hughes to come up with it. Throws it for Bowles. Bowles lays it up and in, 48-44. Here's Wood. Moore. Bounce pass goes to Brown. Corner 3, yes. Kayla Brown, 42% shooter from behind the arc during the regular season. 2 out of 4 here this afternoon. Bounce pass by Legree. Over in the corner, open shot. Hughes can't get it. Long rebound to Wakama. Wakama 2-on-2. Drives to the bucket, scoops it up. No, but he's fouled and will go to the line. Philip Wakama, the senior, 75% free throw shooter on the season. Connects for his first points here in the third place game. Wakama rims in the second. Arlington back up by 9. Matching their biggest lead. Crossroads also led by 9 in the early going of this ball game back in the first half. Horn catch and shoot. 3 in and out. Rebound to Wakama. Arlington looking to push. Bounce pass out to Brown. Triggers the 3. In and out for him as well. Offensive rebound by Wallace. But they call an offensive foul. So a push on Wallace. Corey Harris coming on. KJ Haywood also returning as Legree and Hughes get a breather for Crossroads. Some press being shown and the tipped steal by Moore. Then he's fouled. So good defense by Arlington. And now the Patriots with an extra possession. Eric Wood to inbound, the sophomore, the hometown product from Arlington. Moore dishes it out. Brown for 3. Yes! And Arlington increasing its biggest lead now at 12, 56-44. James skies it to Horn. Cross court to James. Harris, defender gambled, went for a steal. Horn, defender did the same thing, got it down the Bowles. Bowles can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Wakama. Wakama pushes it into the forecourt. Here's Moore. And we're going to get another foul called on Crossroads. That's the 4th on Crossroads, just 2 so far for Arlington. 6 minutes into the game, that's the 3rd on Todd James as well. Boy, they called a technical on Richard Westerlund. Didn't give the guy a warning. Really didn't say a whole heck of a lot either. So a tee on Crossroads, 2 free throws to come by Eric Wood. I mean, he was right next to me. I heard everything he said, and there was nothing technical worthy there. But I don't have the whistle. Arlington building on its lead now is Eric Wood at the free throw stripe. And the second one goes. 14-point ball game, 58-44. We'll stay on this end of the court as well. So Quentin Moore will inbound left of the bucket. Waccamaw traveled with the basketball. So turnover gives the ball back to Crossroads. Let's see if the Knights can try to work themselves back in this ball game. It's been a good start to the second half for Arlington as they push the lead that was 5 out to 14. Horn in the corner, it's Harris. Haywood turnaround shot, flipped it up, no. Bowles, tried for the offensive rebound, couldn't do it, and the ball's going back to Arlington. Arlington's bringing in the farm here. It's Armstrong, Brasino, Carson, Bonner, and Hicks. So, fresh set of players for the Patriots. Carson into the forecourt. Top of the key, Bonner. Armstrong. And another travel. This time it's on Bonner. Brendan Legree checking back in for Crossroads, and coming back in as well as Charles Baines. They replace James and Horn. So Haywood to inbound it. Full court press being shown by Arlington here. Hughes, Baines, Harris into the forecourt. Now Legree. Baines over to Legree. Haywood. Legree, and the pass goes between the legs of Bowles, out of bounds. A sloppy start here for Crossroads. Out of the locker room with 7 minutes into this second half. It's all Arlington right now in the third place game as they're in control by 14. Brasino in the corner, Carson. Brasino catch and shoot three. In. Halfway down and came back out. Bowles with the rebound. Legree gets it from Harris into the forecourt. Harris out near midcourt. Bounce pass to Legree. Legree, cross court, Baines. Quickly to Harris, 12 to shoot. Harris. Haywood with 7 to shoot. It's Bowles, 4. Baines has to force it, can't draw iron, and a 30-second shot clock violation. Cy Hodges coming in. I called him Stephen Briggs in the first half because that's what I've got listed on my roster. So it's Cy Hodges who's out there for Crossroads, wearing a different jersey number. Thanks to whoever it was on Twitter that alerted me of that. I can only go with what's in front of my face. Here's Brasino. Armstrong, 6 to shoot now for Arlington. Armstrong's got to go with 4. Brasino to beat the clock. Yes! His third three-pointer as Arlington is on fire, leading now by 17 points. Legree, pull-up jumper. Draws iron, but that's it. Hicks, the rebound. Outlet to Armstrong. Now Carson back over Brasino again. Yes! The lead grows to 20, 64-44. No timeout yet from Crossroads. Legree on the right. Harris. There's cross court. Baines from downtown. No, an air ball that was deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Arlington. Sean Hughes checking back in for Crossroads. Baines will come out, and now a timeout on Crossroads. 11:01 left to go. It's all Arlington here in the third place game. We're coming right back. Welcome back, everybody, out of the timeout. Arlington by 20. It was a 5-point game at halftime. Just 11 points so far for Crossroads. It's a 26-11 run. And there's a steal by Moore. Here's Brown. Cuts it back to Moore. Moore scores. And Arlington continuing to roll, 66-44. Hodges tosses it to Hughes in the front court. Hughes to Harris out near midcourt. Bounce pass goes to Bowles. Bowles strong to the bucket. Can't get it to go. Waccamaw the rebound. Brown for three. Yes. There is no perimeter defense right now for Crossroads as Arlington's getting more and more open looks from behind the arc. Again, light trapping pressure by the Patriots. Hughes into the front court. Cut off on the baseline. Got it out. Here's Hodges from downtown. Yes. 69-47. In the corner, another three. No good by Wood, but Wallace throws it down with two hands. Hodges had trouble with it, able to recover. Drives to the bucket. Alley-oop to Bowles, who throws it down for two. Will that play be a momentum builder for Crossroads? Good passing by Arlington. Waccamaw drives in, dishes it in the corner. Wood, extra pass to Moore for three. No. Waccamaw, the extra rebound, and called for the offensive foul as Brandon Legree steps in to take the charge. Good job getting his position set. Steve Horn, Todd James back out there. James and Horn returning. Lavelle Bradford out there for Arlington as Waccamaw will head to the bench. Inside 9 minutes to play here in this second half. And it looks like we got a wet spot or something on the court. That's what's holding us up. Don't forget, folks, another game going on in the fifth place game. Rama is up over Ozark in that one, so it's looking like Rama will take fifth place as the consolation games begin to wind down here. If the score holds as it is, Arlington would be third, Crossroads fourth. And all we would have to do is decide who wins the championship. That'll be Hillsdale and Dallas tonight at 6 o'clock. See if Crossroads can get on a run now. Driving in, Bowles, just a little too strong. Back in transition. High shot by Bradford. Here is Brown for three. Can't get it to go. And the freshman, Stephen Horn, collects the rebound. Horn now will bring it into the front court. Hughes. Now Harris from James. 7 to shoot now for Crossroads. Bowles in the corner, ball deflected, and then that will be a shot clock violation, or did it go out of bounds first? It is a turnover, ball back to Arlington. So Patriots with the basketball. Arlington on their way to a 15-win season. They'll go to Iowa along with Hillsdale. Also Arlington's women, Ozark's women, and Hillsdale's women. All 5 of those teams going to Iowa to compete in the NCCAA tournament. Actually, that's incorrect. The men's tournament is in Iowa. The women's tournament is right here in Joplin. Harris for 2. In the corner, it's Wood for more. Yes, from downtown. Arlington set to bring in a new set of players. Harris, good ball movement here. Open look for James. Got it to go. Timeout by Crossroads, 7:20 left to go. We will step aside. Welcome back, everybody. Arlington in control here in the third place game, 74 to 54. Arlington brings in a new set of players. It's Brasino as well as Carson, Armstrong, Bonner, and Hicks. Here's Bonner driving strong to the bucket and throws it down. The exclamation point here in the third place game by Brandon Bonner, the sophomore. Turnaround shot by Hughes is good. This place is buzzing after that dunk. I don't blame them. Armstrong. Now Carson. Bonner cross court. Brasino's hit 3 from there, make it 4 3-pointers for Brasino here in the second half as the lead grows to 23. That 3 no good by Horn. Ball deflected out of bounds, and we're going back this way. So Crossroads basketball off of the turnover. 6:14 left to go. Reminder, at 4 o'clock, the women's championship game. Arlington and Hillsdale for the third consecutive year. Hughes to the elbow, buries the jumper. Here's Armstrong into the forecourt. Carson drives in, rejected by Bowles, but a foul.
We gotta stop the ball.
The foul is on Harris. That's 5 on Crossroads. They say it was on the floor, so Carson will inbound right of the basket. Brasino. Armstrong on the right. Hicks. Now Carson. Here's Armstrong. Bonner back to Armstrong. Carson on the left wing with 5 to shoot. Armstrong with 3. Here's Hicks. Yes! To beat the shot clock. 82 to 58. This was a 5-point game at halftime. For those of you just joining us, it was 38 to 33 Arlington at the half. Crossroads actually led in the early going by 9. James turnaround shot in and out. Hughes floater no good. Tip for the rebound coming up with it. Armstrong for Arlington. Brasino for 3, no. Rebound controlled by Hughes. Here is Horn. Dumps it underneath. Ball deflected out to Horn. And a foul is going to be called on Arlington here. New set of players for the Patriots. Darius Ford checking in for the first time. Kennedy Jones also out there. We'll get you the other players. Chuck Amos out there. Returning is Wood. Driving to the bucket, Baines. He is fouled. Moore also back out there. And I think that covered everybody. So Jones, Ford, Amos, Wood, and Moore. That's the 5 on the court right now for Arlington. Isaac Bowles at the free throw stripe. Got the first one to go. Both teams with 5 team fouls now, with 4:27 remaining. Second effort is good as well. 22-point ball game. Amos flies into the forecourt. Scoop shot is short. Bowles the rebound. Taken away by Jones, who lays it up and in. Kennedy Jones, one of the freshmen. In fact, Ford, Amos, also freshman out there. As James is fouled. Todd James back at the line. Crossroads ended the season on a 10-game winning streak. They won 11 straight heading into the regional final where they lost to North Central, 89-67. Bowles comes out. Legree checking back in. That shot also good, 84-62. So the Patriots came out strong here in this second half. Another foul called. So Moore's going to get free throws. Quentin Moore, 63%. I mentioned Arlington ended their regular season on a roll, too. They won 6 of 7. Lost to Hillsdale in the regional final. Beat Dallas in the opening round. And fell to Dallas in the semifinals here. Philip Walkamaw getting set to come on for the Patriots. Here in the closing minutes of the third place game, Arlington on their way to win number 15 on the season. As Waccamaw comes on for more. So all the starters are sitting now as Cliff McDaniel gives his team a rest before next weekend's NCCAA tournament. 3 by Horn, no good. Rebound controlled by Wood. Wood takes it to the baseline. Here's Amos for 3. Yes! Chuck Amos came in averaging just over 2 points. Gets his first shot of the game. Harris, cross court to Hughes. Back to Harris, open 3 in the corner, got it to go. So Crossroads will fall to 16-16. This will wrap up their season. Couple of seniors on their roster, A.J. Kuhn, Brandon Legree playing in their final games. Been fun watching them play in the 3 years that I've been doing this tournament. Foul called again. Charles Baines, another one of the seniors, coming in. So Baines will get some time out there in the final 3 minutes. I don't think A.J. Kuhn is suited up today, so we might not see him in this finale. Harris. Crossroads, 7-19 last year, 16-win campaign here in the 15-16 season. Baines for 3, can't get it. Rebound by Ford for Arlington. A lot of pieces to build on, too. You look at the freshman Horn, who had a good year. Sean Hughes is another freshman. Isaac Bowles just a sophomore. Brandon Legree, no doubt helping him along, the senior. Waccamaw buries the triple, 92-65. Nearing 2 minutes to go. Arlington will be the third place winners. Sean Hughes turnaround shot, so a lot of pieces for Richard Westerlund, who will come back next year with a very good roster. Eric Wood, his second 3 of the afternoon. So Arlington fans, get set. It's Arlington and Hillsdale once again on the ladies' side of things. Patriots men will, as I mentioned, go to Iowa. Another tough schedule for Arlington, paying off this time of the year. I mentioned they played 10 scholarship programs, went 1-9 in those games, 11-2 in all other games. As Cliff McDaniel and Christy McDaniel, the 2 coaches for Arlington's men and women's programs, always have their teams competing. Foul's going to be called there as Waccamaw got hit by Legree. Good sportsmanship as Legree picks up his 3rd. So 1:17 left to go. That puts Arlington in the bonus. A 1-1 situation now. Arlington's women have put up 100 points twice in this tournament. 131 against AFLBS, and I think it was 110 yesterday. That game is going to be up and down. Their 3rd meeting with Hillsdale. Coming on for the Patriots, Lavelle Bradford returns for Eric Wood, so mostly freshmen out there now for Arlington, closing this one out. KJ Haywood, a junior, has come on for Crossroads. Haywood has it in the post, turnaround shot. No good, 97-67, your correct score now as we approach a minute left to go. That championship game scheduled to start at 4. Both teams are here, so they might start that early. If you're an Arlington fan, you might want to Let some folks know that who want to watch that championship game. Championship coverage coming up later today with full post-game coverage as well. Baines for three, an air ball. Legree, and Legree will go to the line. Chance to add to his career totals in his final game. .37 seconds left to go. Legree, free throw in and out. Rama has taken the fifth place game over Ozark 97-74, so the bracket almost complete as Legree gets another point to his totals. Bradford strong to the bucket. James the rebound. Less than 30 seconds to play. James was looking for Baines in the corner. Legree for three. Not a great look by Brandon Legree, but he knows he's not going to get benched. So Arlington's going to wrap this one up. They will take third, 97-68. The Patriots, 15-13. Crossroads season comes to an end. They wrap it at 16-16. Folks, that'll do it for us here in Joplin. Coming up at 4 o'clock, it's the women's championship game. Arlington and Hillsdale in what should be a fun one. So come on back for that one. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk.